Well, welcome back to the Oaks Lakes. Yet again, it's freezing. It's the third round of the Winter League, fishing for silvers. I've got a 1, a 2 and a 4 so far. Last week was a very tough round for me. £3 odd. Got it a bit wrong, but we live and learn. It's something I thought would have worked on that. Like I was on willows and I got £3 fishing for little tiny fish. Got me 4th in the section. £8 won the section. But I fed ground bait and they didn't want to eat it. Here's the Alders Lake. I'd love to be on here today. Luckily it's not frozen, which is a little bonus. This is 12. I would run to this peg today. You'll definitely get some bites on here. So yeah, the last few rounds I haven't filmed purely because I've been on willows twice, and that lake needs some deep rigs, and I've not had a chance to set the cameras up. So I thought, rather than sacrifice the fish in the first 10 minutes, I'll just sack the filming off. Not very exciting fishing anyways, but I'll hopefully film today. Might be hard work, but at least you'll see some realistic fishing. That's winter, innit? You don't always get bites, but what we'll do is we'll go and get drawn, fingers crossed it to fly, and I'll update you once I get to the peg and talk through rigs and bait and stuff. Right, well, we've drawn, and it's actually the first peg that drew when I came here when it was a bit warmer. Peg 1 on Oaks, which is a good draw, definitely a nice peg. One of the better lakes, definitely more consistent. Good for some bites. It'd be nice to see how I approach the peg like differently, because it'll fish different to last time. Definitely be a lot harder. I caught £30 here last time. There won't be them kind of weights to catch today, but I reckon if I can catch £15 that'll be really good here. So I'll shove these rod bags down and have a little look at the peg. Here's the peg, Oaks 1. But we've got an island there, about 16 metres. There are some leaves on the water. They all fell in yesterday with the wind, but they shouldn't be as bad as they were last time. But yeah, I'll probably fish a line down here, down the edge again. Can't see it being very good. And I'll just fish along to the island there. That'll be my main line. And then probably fish 2 lines long, 1 straight in front with firing maggots in, then 1 long into that, out that way, and just pot a bit of ground bait, try and catch some skimmers. That'll be the attack really. Fingers crossed we have a good day. I'm going to try and get the gear set up as quick as possible, and then I can sort the cameras out and so we don't have any mishaps. It shouldn't take too long. All my rigs will be on my top kits. It's literally get them out the hold, they're already in the X case. But yeah, we'll get some gear out and we'll catch up with you once it's set up. I've just started the match. I've had 2 fish so far. I've just been fishing 5 minutes. I'll talk you through how I've started and what line I've got and how I think the day is going to pan out. I've set up quite a few lines to sort of cover my options. I'm probably going to rotate my lines a lot. It's one of those type of things where this venue works well when you have a few lines. Rotate them and catch a few fish of each one, because they are pressured fish, they get caught a lot, so if you can have a few lines going, you can often catch a bit more come the end of the match. So I've got this line I'm fishing now, which is 16 metres just to the point of this island. I've had a 2 roach. One was probably, that last one was about 5-6 ounce, which was nice. Decent stamp fish. Had some good info from Ryan Bennett. He knows this venue really well. Does brilliantly here. He said last time he was on here he watched Woody catch really well to this island. So it's an obvious place to start using info. Last time I was on this peg I caught this way as well, so. Another one. Got a really light elastic in, single 4s. Could probably go a bit heavier, but one of those things, I don't want to bump any fish, and if it's you're only fishing for £15, so you don't need to get them in quickly. That's what I always think. This is one of them hide. Be nice to catch a few of these today. I've missed them. Well, that's 6-7 ounces. maggot and a pinky done the damage again. Check how many maggots I've got in. I've just got a sprinkle lid on, the medium from Guru. Started off by feeding a large Guru Kinder pot of loose ground bit to my right, and that's the only place I fed ground bit, because last week on Willows they didn't want to eat ground bit at all. That's what spoilt my day really. I was my own fault, but I just fed ground bit on all my lines and didn't give me anywhere to fish without it. So I've only fed one line there with ground bait. I've got a line there I'm going to ping an odd maggot, a line here where I'm just going to tap, and on all my lines when I'm not fishing them I'm probably going to keep loose feeding an odd maggot, but I'm not going to try and bring them off the bottom or anything like that. Last time I was here I caught shallow. It was a bit milder and the fish wanted loose fed, and you need to loose feed to do well, but you're looking at half the weight now, 15-20 pound to win the match. Yeah, it fished really well yesterday. There was a 30 pound on here, but after it was another frost last night. I can see my breath. It's absolutely freezing. But it's not frozen, so I do suspect it'll be a bit better. Like this lake's been getting when we sort of 10, 12, 13 pound. I think you'll need more towards 15 today to do well. I've got another line to the island as well, which I didn't put in the last time. Oh, missed a bite. Which I didn't put in the last time, right over 60 metres between the post and the island over there. I just feel like that might be a little spot where the fish might hide. A bit of cover. So I'm just going to tap some maggots there too. I could rotate these two lines. They're about 7 metres apart. So I think that's enough distance to keep the fish happy. You don't want your lines too close, I always think, but when you can rotate like that, I can maybe nick an odd fish off. There you go. Tell you what, if it keeps going like this, I'll be well happy. Sounds like another big fish. I need a section win today to stay in the lead, because obviously I had a bad round the last time. Another nice roach, 4 or 5 ounces. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on this line. I'm going to fire an odd maggot down my left hand edge, sorry. I've not put them close, I've put everything, my closest lines, this short line here that I'm feeding with maggots. I didn't catch anything short the last time, but it is a good lake for catching short here, so I'm not going to rule it out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pot a bit of ground bait every half an hour or 40 minutes to my right, and just hope that I catch an odd skimmer on that. Because there are some big skimmers in here. They can really boost your weight and go from no good to winning the section or even the match, so I think I'm just going to start here, keep tapping these maggots in, keep my bait nice and tight, and then next port of call probably try just to the point of that island that way. Just feel my way in, like I'm going to feed an odd maggot out long, just literally 4 or 5 just to get the fish in the area, get them having a little munch about. So then when you go in and start tapping, you can group them together. I feel like when it's hard, cattying, it will work, but I don't want to blow my peg up. So later in the day, maybe I'll start cattying if I'm getting more bites. It's good for building an area, catch them on the drop, but like you've seen here, I've sort of put my rig in. I'm waiting a little bit for bites. the fish are on the bottom. That tells me that potting is probably the best thing to do. I'm also not the most accurate catapulter. So, especially when you get to sort of 14 metres, and this is a true 14 on this pole. Well, I've got a short kit, a short 4, so it will be shorter, but it's a long way to catapult bait accurately. Well, we'll do a little update. We are now in 15 minutes into the match now. It's going alright. I've got 9 fish. And they were good stamp fish, you know. Most of the fish are... I've not had any small fish. They've been like... I probably had about 5-eyed and 3 roach, 4 roach, something like that. And the eyed are like 6 to 8 ounce each. I just had one just before. Shipped out 60 metres, had one on the drop. That's the first bite I've had on the drop. Got that in about... probably an eyed about 6 ounces. Which was nice. I did manage to get stuck in a tree, which hasn't helped because it knackered my rig, so I've had to swap my rigs. I've had to swap over to my other rig. But yeah, just still fishing 60 metres to this point. I did have a quick look to my right on my skimmer line, just to see if there was any skimmers sat over it, up from the initial feed. But it didn't go under. I had one indication. And yeah, and I just come off, I give that 5 minutes, come off it and I put another pot in, so I just filled up a medium Guru Kinder pot with loose ground bait and then put a pinch of pinkies in it and potted that in. I'm just going to do that sort of every 40 minutes, just hope that maybe the last hour I can sit on there and maybe pick up a couple of big skimmers or something. But I'm doing alright on the leg. Tim Peters down the bottom end is catching pretty well from what I can see. I did have a look on the left hand point of this island in between the gap, but didn't get any signs there. But I'm still firing an odd maggot down that way. I'm trying not to fire bait everywhere, but I do want to keep my lines fed. I'm not firing much in front of me. I'm trying to pot a bit of bait in there every time I ship out. I'm potting a little bit of bait in. Right, we'll do a little update. We're over 2 hours in now. And it's going pretty well still, doing alright. I've got 17 now. So I had 9 when I last spoke to you. Just since I last spoke to you, I got a couple more on that long pole, 16 metres to the island. And then that sort of died off. I caught a couple of eyed on it. Like they were good stamp fish when I was getting them, but it went a long time between bites. Don't know what this is. Feels like a decent stamp fish. I think it could be far looked. Roach far looked, but I might know these bushes. I caught 1 or 2 more long, and then I dropped in down the edge, and to be honest, I had a nice little run, about 5 fish, a few nice roach, but mainly small things, but no one's really getting any bites anywhere. So it was good just to put a few fish in the net, you know, when it's hard. Once I had a couple of roach, I went long on that skimmer line again, and once again no bites on it. So I've come back off that. I potted another little bit of crush in as well. just to keep a little bit of bait in the peg. So hopefully later on I can go in and catch another few skimmers. And then I dropped them down here, and I've had 3 roach in a row, and decent stamp ones. That one was the smallest I just had, which was probably about 4 ounces. The other 2 were probably 5-6 ounce, maybe a touch smaller, 5 ounces, something like that. So that's quite promising, really. Because last time I was on this peg, if you watched the last video, didn't get a single bite shot. I'm not sure why that was, because it's colder now, but they just tend to sit in different areas, and I suppose maybe there's a few fish short today. So hopefully I can use this line to rest my long lines as well. I think that line to the island is going to be my best line for like quality fish. And then use this line, my edge line, and my long pole straight in front, but I've not had a single bite out there yet. I'm still firing an odd maggot onto it. In the hope that they will come onto it eventually. Trying not to go too kiddie with the bait, but it's hard. You just got to keep going little and often on all your lines, you know. Feed a few maggots here, just regularly feeding them all. So then you can drop in and just get a little run of fish off each line, because looking around, no one's catching anything really. It's fishing hard. Steady away. So 18 fish. Probably going to want 18 fish, what will that be? I've probably got 4 or 5 pound or something, maybe. Because some of the I'd have had like chunky little things like 6-7 ounces. So yeah, I'll have 4 or 5 pound probably, which is good. I just probably need to catch like 50 odd fish to do well. 55 fish, something like that. Depends how it fishes. You might just catch a few great big skimmers and that'll be enough, but yeah, we'll just keep cracking on with this. Just keep laying my rig in. Maggot and a pinky seems to be the best hook bait on all my lines. Might have a drop in down the edge in a little while. See if I can get another run there. Welcome back. It's just about 3 hours into the match now, and once again I've come back on this edge line, and it's been probably had my best little run. Probably had like 5-6 fish just in the short little period then, and they've all been good stampers, you know. One of them was an Ide about probably 12 ounces, and the rest have been decent sized roach. I'm getting all my bites on it, like just as my bait touches the bottom, I'm just holding my rig tight in. And just feeding maggots up over the top. I don't know how long the run will keep going for, but it's a really good sign for just telling that the fish are having a little feed, you know. If you're getting good stamp fish like that down the edge, very good sign. I'm still firing an odd maggot on that long line there. I think the fish just seem to be hugging in the cover today. Like, I've caught everything either tight into the bank here or against the island there on the long pole. Obviously I've had them 3 for short as well, but the vast majority of the fish, I've caught nothing in open water. But I'm literally just going to keep ticking over on this. Like I said, I've had a few decent stamp fish here. Everyone's struggling on this lake. I've got 25 fish now. Still 2 hours and 2.5 hours to go. It's Slow it up a bit now. Typical. There we go. Bit of a smaller stamp fish. But that single fall just helps you guide them out your peg. So they're still worth catching. They're sort of like 4 ounce roach. They're not bad stamp fish, they're 3-4 ounces. And when you're only looking for 10-15 pound, you don't have to catch many. I mean, what have we got now? 25 fish for probably 6 pounds, 7? No idea, 6-7 pounds, something like that. Realistically, which I think is pretty good up to now. It's probably halfway to where I need to be. I think it'll probably get better as well. There's another one. Like I said, you get everything just on the drop. Just as your bait's about to settle, that's when you get your bite. Them fish must be hugging that cover, and when they see your bait falling, like, they're just going to nip out and grab it. Keep feeding that short line. No need to go nuts with the bait. And then I'm just holding my rig tight in and then just giving it a tiny little lift when my float goes. I don't want to. There you go. These are the kind of runs I've been getting, I was talking about. Really quick little spell, and you get a few bites. And look at that. So I've had 4, 8, so I've had 12 ounces in probably a couple of minutes, which is nuts compared when you think about what we're actually aiming to catch. Am I getting a pinky? Secret hook bait, so don't tell anyone about that. Keep that between me and you. Don't let anyone find out. The secret bait. Just get into a routine, lay your rig in, pick your catty up, fill it with like 5-6 maggots, fire them in, and then like prepare for a bite, you know what I mean, so you're ready. It's just trying to remember when you get your bite so you can make the most of them spells. If you're getting bites on the drop, it's pretty pointless sitting for any longer than sort of 10 seconds, 15 seconds when on the bottom. So like after sort of 5-10 seconds, just going to get my rig, lift it out, and just lay it back in again. It's pointless leaving it there. So I've not had anything just leaving it. When I'm fishing out long, early on I was getting all my bites sort of waiting like 3 or 4 minutes for a bite on the bottom. So it's probably a waste of time flicking my rig in all the time. That's what you got to try to work out, you know, when you're doing this sort of fishing. It's simple fishing, tapping maggots and firing a few in, but you've got to try and work out when you're getting your bites. But yeah, we'll get this one in, and then we'll sign off. Nice little roach. But yeah, we'll keep going for another hour or so, then I'll give you an update. Hopefully we'll have around another 10 to 15 fish at that point. Could have even more. So yeah, stay tuned. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Go and subscribe. pause the video, go subscribe and come back, because then you'll get to see all my content as soon as it comes out, and it'll help me out. The more subscribers I get, the more it makes me want to do videos and stuff like that. Give it a like, and keeps me doing it. So yeah, do that and I'll catch up with you soon. Got about an hour and 20 of the match left now. Do a little catch up. Slow and steady, I'd say, is the best way to describe it. I've got just 39 fish now, which is doing alright. I've had a great day, to be fair. I've enjoyed it. It's not too cold, which is a nice change. Just dropped in short then. Just hooked on straight away. It's nice. Feels like a good stamp fish as well. See if we can get this in. There's a nice stamp roach. Short. Like that. But if I can catch a few fish there to finish, I'll be really happy. Just fishing a maggot and a pinky on the hook still. Just literally rotating all my lines, catching like 2 or 3 fish off each little spot, you know. But if I can catch 20 more fish, if I can get 60 fish, I'll be well happy with that. I'd say that'd be close to 6, 17, 18, 20 pounds, something like that. Depends how big the fish are that you're catching, like, but I've had one, I did try my 14 metre line straight in front of me. I've tried that a couple of times, but I managed to hook a decent little hybrid, probably 5, 6 ounces. But other than that one hybrid, I didn't catch anything else. I caught a few smaller roach as well on my long 16 metre line to the island, but it's just hit and miss. You're missing bites, getting an odd one, and then all of a sudden it just goes dead. So it's just a case of just coming off it. And then I did drop back down the edge just before and didn't have a sign. And obviously I've come on here and had one straight away, so it gives you an idea. It's just a case of rotating all your lines. But while I'm here, I'm just gonna fire a few maggots on that long line. Fire a few maggots out there. A little bit too far. Yeah, and just keep firing my bait. No one's really catching much. The lads down the other side end are getting an odd one as well, but I think I'm doing alright on this lake. I suspect the Alders will take the overall win today. Their mind will have fed in there. They'll catch 30, probably 25, 30 pound on there today. Right, we've just got like 5-10 minutes of the match to go, and I've got a bit lucky already. I dropped on that 14 metre line, which I've been potting ground bait on all day, and I managed to snare an hybrid about maybe 12, 14 ounces, which is a really nice bonus on a day like this when it's rock hard towards the end. Makes it worthwhile potting that bait in. It's the match over. Got an interview venue expert. Ryan Bennett over here. Thirsk Lake. Here he is, venue expert. No swearing on camera. How's it gone on then?
I've had a few.
And you won the lake?
I don't know. Lad on Four's had some skimmers.
Has he?
Yeah, he's got over there.
Have you had any skimmers?
One.
Piggin.
Shot £2. £1.12.
I heard you had a tench.
I've had a tench next to that area.
How big was that?
About 14 ounce.
Standard.
Not big.
Yeah, they're only little in here, aren't they?
Yeah. Just them little peckers.
Yeah.
Have you caught?
I had 50 fish. Been alright.
Have you?
Yeah, I just caught maybe 20 hide and 30 roach.
Have you?
Been hard going on there though, late on, rock hard. Yeah, it's been nice.
Have you won that lake?
I think it'll be close between me and Tim.
Where's Tim? Peg 3, is it?
Yeah, he's been on peg 3, he's caught steady, but it's hard to tell, isn't it? It's so hard, you get caught up, but
Have you had eyed?
we'll soon know. Huh?
Have you caught eyed?
Few, but not many.
Have you caught roach?
Yeah.
It's been mainly roach on here.
That's it?
Yeah.
They might haven't fed. Well, I'll just give you a quick run through the rig. It's dead simple. I've literally run through this in 2 live matches ago, exactly the same. I've got, oh, let me grab it. Literally got nice light 4BH float. I just think the lights you can get away with, less shot, it's just the better. Nice long length of line. Actually I had to add some on because it's a bit deeper this peg. I've got number 13, which should be underneath my float. Oh, you can see that. Number 13 there. And I've literally just got strung out number 11s down the line. Then a 6-inch hook length of 08 N gauge. No, 09 N gauge, sorry. And a 20s F1 maggot. I did try using the 08, but I felt like it was a bit too light for me. It twisted up when you're catching a lot of fish. There's no need to go that light, so 09's the one. But that's the rig. Other than that, I've just got a single Thirsk elastic, that pink stuff from Preston. It's dead soft. When you're not catching sort of like more than 20 pounds, there's no need to fish like a solid 5, so you don't want fish splashed on the surface when you hook them necessarily. And that's it really. I fished basically that rig and I've moved it up and down because I've got 3 lines marked on my top kit, so I know my swims. So I just move my rig up and down throughout the day really, and that's been it. Because the depth does vary a bit, but it's about 4.5 foot or something like that. But yeah, it's dead simple, one rig sort of job. I have set up a 4x12 which I fish short. That's exactly the same. Strung out number 10s and on that one, then number 11s on this rig, just to match it with the float, you know. And then shiny new reel, a little go with that today. Only caught 2 fish light in 2 chucks, but little M gauge pellet waggler rod, perfect for this sort of game. Don't have to fish anything special. I'll get you 1 minute. I'll do a quick run through the bait as well. Literally probably fed about a pint of maggots today. A little bit of ground bait, which I really don't need to mix this much up. I don't know why I do. That's just fish. That's just a milled expander black and some silverfish from Dynamite Baits. Odd pinky in there. And then I've got some pinkies, like live pinkies, which I got from the shop that I use on the hook, and some dead ones, but they won't really use it all. Did try a couple of dead pinkies on it at a time. I caught a hybrid on it, but that was my best line down there onto the island, and then I caught one there. But yeah, we'll get all this gear away and then I'll catch you at the weigh-in. Yes. What did you say? 20 pounds. Oh, they're only £20?
$17.9.
Can I have a picture?
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, that's the end of it. We've weighed in, and we weighed £17 and 9 ounces, I think it was, and that's really ended up winning this lake. So really chuffed with that. So that's a section win. That's a good point for the league. That gives me 2 wins, a second and a fourth, but you can drop around, so I need to drop that fourth. So I need 2 more good results, fingers crossed. But yeah, really enjoyed today. It's nice to come out and actually get some bites. 50 fish for £17. They were good stamp fish, which helped me out. Tim was second on this lake down the bottom end with £12. He's had a lot of small stamp roach. It's hard to tell really what people are catching, but a lot of my fish have been netters. So I've had a really quality day. So thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.